Good evening to all. You are once again welcome here on your very beloved platform, the platform for awakening consciousness. So, it's the headline of international news. President Vladimir Putin, President of the Great Russian Federation, has just responded to Donald Trump's request. Donald Trump has phoned Vladimir Putin. Given the situation in Kursk, as the situation has reached its intolerable, ruthless, and unforgivable point. Regarding the Ukrainian soldiers who are in the Kursk region, Donald Trump pleaded with Vladimir Putin to spare lives on the Kursk side. He asked for forgiveness. So, Vladimir Putin gave his response. And so, it is this response that we are going to discuss in this video conference. But before continuing, I ask you to share this video conference. Share it as much as possible. There you go. As much as you can. And above all, give it a lot of likes. For those who have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to this page, The Samurai. So, according to official information, Vladimir Putin accepted Donald Trump's request. He is ready to spare lives. Spare the lives of Ukrainian soldiers who are in Kursk. So, we learn that President Putin, very attentive to all the issues raised, in the context of the re-established dialogue with the American administration, the Russian president responded positively to Donald Trump regarding the fate of the soldiers, thousands of Ukrainian soldiers who are trapped in the Kursk region. Yes, and the announcement was made by the Kremlin advisor. And so, the signal from the American president was heard. And our president, this is the Kremlin advisor speaking. He says the signal from the American president was heard, and our president guaranteed the life and decent treatment of the Ukrainian soldiers if, of course, Kiev orders them to lay down their arms and surrender. This is what Yuri declared. And Uchakov for you, Utyakov. The condition, therefore, from Russia is that his military, his soldiers must lay down their arms. If they lay down their arms, they will have their lives spared. So Vladimir Putin sets the condition. Kiev must order them to lay down their arms and surrender. There they will receive humane treatment. But it must be said that all this is easy, where everything has been facilitated because we have that contact has been re-established between the American administration and Russia. And it is this contact that is currently producing its effects. Unfortunately, this is what the Europeans do not want. Europe wants to continue rearming Ukraine. Europe would have wished that with the arrival of Donald Trump would truly behave as a sworn enemy of Russia. However, we observe, in reality, Donald Trump is a friend to Vladimir Putin. We have the impression that during the first term of two, Donald Trump, he forged a strong friendship with Russia. So, what also needs to be said is the Kremlin advisor also made a point to emphasize that the dialogue with Washington is conducted regularly through several channels. So Russia confirms that its relations with America are in excellent condition. So then, Kyiv must order its formations to surrender in order to implement the call from American President Donald Trump to spare the lives of Ukrainian soldiers in the Kursk region. So, here is what Vladimir Putin said at the opening of a Security Council meeting. Will Kiev agree to give the order? Will the Europeans encourage Zelensky to give the order? Since the Europeans, by asking Ukrainian soldiers to lay down their arms, it means that Russia has won. Yet we are facing the obvious. We know that Russia has already won. And the call that Donald Trump had to make was indeed to save lives, to spare lives. But when we see the statement that was released on the morning of March 14th, 2025, the statement that was released by, what's his name? The chief of the General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces communicated neither. The facts on the ground. That is to say, the General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces does not acknowledge that its soldiers are definitively surrounded and that there is truly no solution. No way. So they deny the facts. So, those who deny the facts, how can they have the courage to give the order to lay down arms? But also, and above all, as long as they do not lay down their arms, we cannot spare their lives. If they continue to use their weapons, it means the conflict continues. So what Russia will do, Russia can only do. So everything suggests. In any case, personally, I do not think that it can be possible. Personally, since there is a kind of pride. Europe is proud, wants to push. Zelensky continued to be proud. And unfortunately, that's what is likely to happen. They will refuse to ask for the laying down of arms. Yes. So we will continue to follow. If Ukraine refuses, Donald Trump might get angry with Zelensky. Because Donald Trump is fighting to preserve Ukrainian lives. Zelensky, who is already considered he is considered by Donald Trump as someone who does not love his own people. And if Zelensky refuses to order, it will hurt a lot. Donald Trump. And so, the decision that will come out might not be in favor of Ukraine. We should say it. But for now, we will see what happens. We will see Ukraine's reaction to the conditions set by Vladimir Putin. Normally, we wouldn't even call this a condition. It's necessary. You cannot ask those whose lives are spared to remain unarmed while those they want to protect are still armed. It's complicated. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the international news headline. There you go. Thank you for sharing it as much as possible. As you can see, your samurai is a bit unwell. But we pray to God that it passes as quickly as possible. So, thank you to each and every one of you. I will be back shortly with more news. This was the voice of your one and only samurai. Thank you.